So, how are you feeling? You got John Rigg'd here, and I thank you for watching. This is going to be such a great video. I'm going to show off some great PlayStation 4 games that I've been playing recently. I love my PlayStation 4. I could have been holding up a PlayStation 4 controller or a game. I thought I'd hold up a can of ski soda all the same. I want to thank my friend Zach Maynard. Find him as the Mr. Maynard on Twitch. Hook this up, man. I fell in love with this stuff. We're going to go into a commercial for this now. I fell in love with this stuff when I was at the Missouri Game Expo last year. The Missouri Game Con. Yeah. Oh, man. I've missed that so much. It's kind of like a Sprite, but instead of lemon lime, it's lemon orange. I digress. The PlayStation 4 is a fantastic system. I've been playing a few games on it recently. Some are pretty good. Some are just interesting. But I'm going to show you what I've been playing. Some of them are really, really, really cool. Check it out. Just play the games. One game that just came out and I'm already kind of intrigued. I'm intrigued enough to continue playing it. How about that? And that's maybe not the best way to approach this game. It's called Past Cure. This was the game that caught my attention maybe the most at E3 during the trailers. It plays like a over-the-shoulder, like a siphon filter, or like a Last of Us. Kind of like a Last of Us. But because it can't just be like a Last of Us, you have some special abilities, and those abilities are, you have the chance to kind of jump out of your body and manipulate things, like you can kind of like, you know, transmutate yourself to shut off these cameras, for instance, and that's pretty cool. And you also have the ability to slow down time, so you can slow down time and get some accurate shots. However, you only have a limited amount of time before you can do that, because then you start getting a headache, and you have to take your prescription to bring your headache back down and stuff like that too. And then other than that, stealth, if you want it to be, it's advised because there aren't like bullets everywhere, for instance. But the game is called Past Cure. The tutorial takes an hour to get through. Now, if you just want to jump into the action and be like, all right, I got all these superpowers, I can slow down time, I can just like teleport my body over there to stop a switch, you have to go through the tutorial first, which is like an hour long. And the tutorial plays as part of the game. It's like a dream movie. And also, like, when you're walking around where you start out, like the house that you start out in, it's like, all right, go ahead and do the thing. And you're like, you didn't tell me where the thing is. I'm not trying to spoil it for you. I'll spoil it for you anyway. It's like, hey, go down to the gym and grab your gun and do some target practice. And you're like, I don't know where the gym is. I don't know where the target practice is. I don't know where these... Get your keys. I don't know where the keys are. You're not... There's no directional thing telling me where it is. You just have to look around the house until you finally find the keys. And I know, again, this is me not being a reviewer. I have all the respect in the world for video game reviewers, because even if the game sucks, they play all the way through the end of the game. Or they put in 30 hours or 50 hours into a game to let you know that it sucks. And more power to them. I don't have that kind of time on my hands. I got 3 kids in 3 different schools. I got a full-time job. And I have a backlog of games to literally last me a lifetime. So if I'm not already encapsulated by the game, encapsulated is not a real word, I just now made it up, then I'm out and I'm going to play something else. And Past Cure has my attention enough that I am going to play through this game. Now, if you're playing the game Is It Racist, the next game is called Slice, Dice, and Rice. I shouldn't be laughing about that. Slice, Dice, and Rice. Well, I appreciate the title, but more than anything, I love the art style in this game. This is a versus fighter without a lifeline. It is a... you hit them first. Whether it be your slashing techniques, you have like a vertical slash, a horizontal slash, a strong slash, you can jump, and it's just whoever attacks the first person, or whoever attacks the other person with a fatal kill, wins the match. And it's best of 5, so it's not like, you know, you're in and out as soon as possible. You can probably change that in the options, though. It reminded me of the game Bushido Blade, in a kind of a way. Like, in the way that it's a, hey, if I attack you with a sword, you're gonna die, right? Like, you play all these other fighting games, and you're just, like, shooting them with bullets and using swords and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you removed 20% off my health. No. If I used a sword on you, you would be decapitated. And that's kind of what this game is getting at, too. But the art style, man, I can't get over how awesome this art style looks. Slice, dice, or rice. Well, This is a fun one. I'm looking forward to playing this one with my friends. Hey, here's a familiar one. Da Blob! Remember Da Blob? Well, if it sounds familiar, it also came out for the Wii U. I'm playing it on PlayStation 4 now, and it's coming soon to the Switch. Watch out for it. If you're not familiar with Da Blob, is you have to use your body to get the colors, and then you can use those colors to paint the town. And once you have the town painted so much, you can move on to the next level. It's alright. It's kind of fun just to play around. There's a little bit of technique to it too, so you can try to paint as much of the town as possible, but the controls are a little slippery, and I don't know, it's an alright game. It's an alright game, let's just call it that. Now, one game I was really looking forward to is a game called Maize, spelled M-A-I-Z-E. That's the double meaning there. It's kind of like a corn maze, but then maize is also corn, you know? So it's like confusing. Remember like the acrylic crayon colors? I'd be like, maize? What? It's like yellow. It's like, no, it's corn. And yeah, I wanted to like this game a lot. I loved everything about it until I got to the point where I'm like, what am I supposed to do next? But I like games like this. I love walking simulators. Not that there might be more to this as a walking simulator, but it gets to a certain point where I play a game for so long. If I get stuck for so long, then I'm like, well, all right, I got other games I can play, so I'm going to move on. I know it's not the highest endorsement for this game called Maize. Again, a game I was really looking forward to checking out because I thought it looked awesome. And it does look kind of awesome, but yeah, I don't know. How about Max and the Curse of Brotherhood? Yes, that's right. They actually made a game named after a Dreamcast guy. Nah, this is like a side-scrolling action platformer game, and this game is cool. I do like this game quite a bit. I like this game, and I like games that are like this game. I'm sure others will say it's retro-inspired or some BS like that, but I think it's just a fun game. It's just one of those games that you keep playing. You do die a lot, but you just keep going, and you want to see what's coming up next. So yeah, if you haven't done so yet, you can check it out on multiple platforms. Max and the Curse of the Brotherhood. Might be worth checking out for you. Hey, do you drive a truck and you feel like going to work by playing a video game? Well, MudRunner might just be for you. Holy moly. Now, I don't drive a truck. I've only driven a U-Haul a couple of times in my life. And I have all the much more appreciation for truck drivers after playing this game. Now, first and foremost, I'm a huge fan of truck drivers, all right? Delivery drivers, truck drivers, whether it be a school bus, whether you're driving an 18-wheeler. If you got it, a truck brought it. And that's something that my family's been saying for years. So shout out to all the truck drivers, man. You guys are super underappreciated on a count-on-one-hand list of all the underappreciated people, along with teachers, along with others, truck drivers near the top of that list, no doubt about it. So thank you for everything you do. All right, back to the game. It is what it says it is. You're driving a truck, you can change vehicles, and the more you drive in mud, the more mud picks up on your tires, which might be kind of cool. Hey, you can go out mudding, all right. But then no, it's like the mud becomes more soggier and then harder to control, and you do have like a pulley system, so you can like attach your truck to a tree and pull yourself up. And there is one part of this game that I ended up going, like, pulling in reverse, going forward, going back in reverse, going forward. I was stuck in the mud, and there was a rock in the mud that it wasn't, my tire wasn't able to get over. And after playing this game for about half an hour, I felt like I was working. Ugh. But it does look kind of cool, and if mudding and trucking is your thing, it might be fun to watch here. Now, I'm playing this on my PlayStation 4, but yeah, that's... I'm sure this is more of a simulator than supposed to be. I don't know. I bet it's pretty realistic. How about that? Now this game is called Senko no Ronde 2. Is it? I don't know. Senko no Ronde 2? They didn't even bother translating it to an English name. Part of me says it's pretty cool. The other part of me says, yeah, but now I don't know what it says or what it's supposed to be or whatever, but it looks pretty cool just from there's a character selection screen, and then it's like a versus fighter, but up close you're using your like weaponry, and then far away you're using your like bullet hell. But like it's almost like a versus shmup in a way, but then when you get close enough you can like use like your attack powers like you can in some of those like giant robot style games. Interesting. I played this for a little while, and I liked what I played of it. So I'm gonna give this more of a chance later on too. But there's some style and technique to it too, and you can play it online versus other players too. But I just think it looks. I thought it looked pretty cool, and I love the idea of a versus shmup. I would like to see this more. Maybe not in this capacity, but maybe like in another capacity. I'm not sure what that would be. So again, not really reviews, but that's just a little samplage of what I've played recently on my PlayStation 4. I'm a huge fan of the PlayStation 4, and I like the fact that I can just download games to the PSN store. PSN store? Is that right? PlayStation Network store? I guess that's what you'd call it. Any other cool new indie titles that came out that I should look out for? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. You made this video very special. You took the time and effort out of your day to check me out, and I thank you for it. I couldn't ask for any more of you.